All right, let's dig deeper on this, Sandra, by bringing in Trey Gowdy as the host of Sunday Night in America. Just want to remind folks at home, Trey, it's good to see you in the new year. For the first time, what Sia Weaver actually said about housing as a collective rather than individual right. Listen here.
For centuries, we've really treated property as an individualized good and not a collective good. And it will mean that families, especially white families, but some POC families who are homeowners as well, are going to have a different relationship to property than the one that we currently have.
Well, I'm not exactly sure what that different relationship to property that she's talking about is, but Mayor Mamdani is standing by her, defending her.
John, that cannot be real. You had to go on ChatGPT and say, create an image for me of white guilt and give it red hair and a nose ring. That cannot be real, what I just watched. What I did this morning when I saw that clip is I called all my friends of color and said, did you know that you're living in a tool of white supremacy? And to the person, they did not realize that. They actually thought they were building generational wealth for their own families. I am so sick and tired of these limousine liberals who think they know. Home ownership is a good thing. That is what people aspire to. If you want to rent, that's fine. But home ownership is no more a tool of white supremacy than an IRA is or a retirement account. I mean, look, John, for a while, I kind of felt sorry for people that lived in New York because of their government. But you know what? You keep choosing worse and worse and worse. So when all the rich folk finally figure out that this is who's leading your city and you want to move, then the poor people will be supporting the poor people, and Mamdani and Sia Weaver will have that little utopia that they've always dreamed of.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a certain sense of they did this to themselves, right? I thought what was interesting, even though she has called private home ownership a tool of white supremacy, she did say in that clip that we played that not only white families, but some families, people of color, will be affected by this as well. Right. So it sounds like, you know, the road to communism is an equal opportunity expropriator.
Yeah, I do not. I mean, I guess she and I just grew up fundamentally differently, although, by the way, her family made a living in housing and mine did not. So maybe it's just guilt. Maybe she feels guilty that her parents were successful. I can't tell you the number of first-time home buyers, people of color in my community, and we celebrate it. I mean, it is something, John, it is the American dream to buy a home. And then to create that wealth and equity. She uses the word equity like it's a negative thing. She says we have a shared equity. Try calling Sean Hannity and Brett Baer and tell them that you have a shared equity in their home. See how that call goes.
or Donald Trump or anybody else you want to talk about either. This idea of socialism just on a grand scale. I mean, clearly what we're seeing in Venezuela is a very strong suggestion that socialism doesn't work, and it's been tried all over the world and never really has worked. But listen to what Washington State Rep Sean Scott said when he was asked on the Brandy Cruz podcast about a successful example of socialism. Listen to this.
I want you to give me one example of socialism you think working well somewhere.
A good example of socialism working well somewhere, this is a really, really cool question. I think of Cuba in particular.
I think of Cuba in particular. The place is falling apart, Trey.
Yeah, he might want to rethink his answer to that one. Although here's the good news, Cuba will not be socialist for long, I don't suppose. I don't know if that gentleman's ever been to Cuba, but they're living in abject poverty. Socialism doesn't work because it runs counter to human nature. The genius of our forefathers is they realize that we're kind of wired towards ambition. We're wired towards self-interest. So government kind of puts a cap on that self-interest, but capitalism allows it to flourish up to a point. Socialism ignores it, John, and it says, you know what, why should I work when I can just let John Roberts work for both of us? It runs afoul of our own DNA. That's why it may look good in a textbook. It just doesn't work in real life.
All right. Well, we'll see how long Cuba lasts. President Trump believes it's going to completely collapse pretty soon. We'll see. Trey, good to talk to you. Thanks so much.
Make Cuba great again.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.